us, howe'er you come to know it, answer me.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the Thane of fight, dismiss me, enough.
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. But one word more.
He will not be commanded, but here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth, 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 be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear of thee? But I will make assurance. Double sure, and take up a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, so that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder.
Be lion, metal, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Burnham wood to high Dunsinane hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree unfix its earthbound root. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if thou art to tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more!
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall upon you. Let me know!
Show!
Show!
Show! Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down. Thy hair is like the first, a third like the former, a fourth. What, will this line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a seventh? I'll see no more, and yet an eighth appears, who bears a glass, which shows me many more. Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-bolstered Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his. What? Is this so? Where are they? Gone? Let this pernicious hour stand, I curse it in the calendar. Come in without there.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned be all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Time thou anticipest my dread exploits. From this moment on, the firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, and give the edge of the blade to his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that relish him in his line. No more boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. Where are these men? Come bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly to land? You must have patience. Patience? He had none. Prithee. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors. You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear. Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles, and this place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. All is the fear, and nothing is the love, as little as the wisdom. My dearest cousin, your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. I take my leave of you, shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you. Fathered he is, and yet he is fatherless. I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once. Sierra, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live? As birds do, mother. What with worms and flies? With what I get, I mean, and so do they. Poor bird. Thou'st never fear the net nor line, the pitfall nor the gin. Poor birds they are not set for.
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy them to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet if faith were enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be it all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And who must hang them?
Why, the honest man.
Well, then the liars and swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Now God help thee, but how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you would weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I shall quickly have a father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest.
I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a humble man's advice, be not found here. I dare not speak much further.
Whither should I fly? I've done no harm, but I remember now I am in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable. To do good sometimes accounts as dangerous. Holy, why did alas, do I say I've done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I have been no place so unsanctified where such thou mayest find him.
He's a traitor. Step by, stagger villain! What you? Egg? Young fry of treachery?
He has killed me, mother! Run, I pray you!
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows.
This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongue was once thought honest. You've loved him well.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is.
I would not be the villain that thou thinkst, with all the spaces in the tyrant's grasp and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I think our country seeks beneath the yoke. It weeps and bleeds, and each new day it gashes out its river wounds. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices by him that shall succeed.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evil to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious smacking of every sin that has a name. But there is no bottom, none, in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, your maids cannot fill up the cistern of my lust and my desire. All continent impediments would overbear that did oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign, as the king becoming graces as justice, veridity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them.
Scotland, Scotland.
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern. No, not to live. Nation miserable, when shall I see thy wholesome days again? These evils that thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. My breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, and reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. For even now, I unspeak my own detractions. Here lay the taints and blames I laid upon myself, for strangers to my nature. Would I am truly as thine, and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before they approach, old Siward, with 10,000 warlike men already at a point was setting forth. Now will together with the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. Hard to reconcile. My ever-gentle cousin welcome hither, since got war did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave where Nothing but who knows nothing is one seen to smile.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
Oh, that's my wife.
Why, well,
And my children.
well too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us old Siward and 10,000 men, an older and better soldier, none that Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it some degree due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard. Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner were on the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
All my children?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
My wife, then too.
Be comforted, let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. What, all my children? Did you say all? Oh, okay, all! What, all my pretty chickens and their dame in one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it like a man. I cannot but remember such things that were so precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macduff, they were all slain for thee. Not that I am. Not for their demerits, but for mine until slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it. Come, go we to the king. Our powers are ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for the shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. Night is long that never finds the day.
Yet here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks.
Out, damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do. Hell, 'tis murky! Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a feared, what need we fear? Who knows it when none can call our power to account? Who would have thought the old man had so much blood to him?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Five had a wife. Where is she now? No more that, my lord, no more that. You more all with this starting. What will these hands never be clean?
Go to, you know what you should not.
She has said what she should not. I know of it. Heaven knows what she's known. Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
Josiah is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep to have died holily in their beds.
Go, get some water. Put on her nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out once grave.
Even so?
To bed. To bed. I hear her knocking at the gate. Give me your hand. Come, 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 come. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she not go to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds through their deaf pillows will discharge your secrets. More needs she, the divine, than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has made it, and amazed my sight. I think but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Siward, and the good Macduff. Revenge is burning in them, for their dear causes which the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we meet them, that way they are coming.
Who knows if Donalbain be with his brother?
For certain, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son and many unrough youths, that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Duncan he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that lesser hate him do call it valiant's fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed.
Bring me no more reports, let them fly all. Till Burnham would come to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm, was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, no man that's born of woman can e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes! What need I fear of thee? The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag without nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee, black thou previous loon! Where goest thou that first look?
There's 10,000.
Ye villain!
Soldiers, sir.
Take thy face hence. Seyton! I am sick at heart. I've lived long enough. My way of life hath given into the seer, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age, as honor, love, obedience, troops of friends I must not seek to have, but in their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth honor, breath which the poor of heart would fain deny and dare not. Seyton,
Yes, my gracious pleasure.
what news more?
All is confirmed, my lord.
I'll fight till from my flesh my bones be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Scur the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick. My lord, if she is troubled with succumbing fancies that keep her from her rest.
Hear of that! Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased?
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw sight to the dogs on none of it. Come, put mine armor on. Give me my staff. Seyton, send out! Doctor, maids do fly for me. Come, sir, dispatch! If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say!
Aye, my good lord.
I cannot fear death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
What wood is it before us?
The wood of Burnham. Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host, and make discovery ere report of us.
It shall be done.
The time approaches that will, with due decision, make us know what we shall say we have, and what we owe. Not speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues, strokes must arbitrate.
To scorn. What was that noise?
'Twas the cry of a woman, my good lord.
I'd almost forgot the taste of fears. The times has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, but I have supped full of horrors. Direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my good lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day. To the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
I looked toward the Burnham, and anon he thought the wood began to move.
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham would come to Dunsinane, and now it would do come to Dunsinane. Ring the alarm bell, blow wind, come wreck. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Throw down your sleepy screams and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon what else remains to do, according to our order.
Make all our trumpets speak. Be all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake, I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou lies, abhorrent tyrant. With this sword, I shall prove the lie thou speakst.
Thou wast born of woman. Swords I smile at, weapons I laugh to scorn, brandished by a man. That's of woman born.
That way the noise is?
Tyrant, shall I face? If thou be slain and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. Let me find him fortune, and more I beg not. Why should I play the Roman fool and fall on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound. Turn.
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is much too charged with blood of thine already. I have no words.
My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain.
Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life that must not yield to one of woman born.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel that thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely raped.
I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show engaged in the time. We'll have these our rare monsters are. Painted upon a pole, and under it here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground beneath your Malcolm's feet!
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's death. He only lived until he was a man, which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead?
Aye. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
Why, God's soldier be he.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee, encompassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak their salutation in their mind, I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves, and make us even with you. My Thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth this cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought by self-invalid hands, took off her life. This and what needful else calls upon us by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place.